What's going on, my family? What's going on, people? It's your boy, Porter Rock 77, and welcome back to my channel. I'm here to talk about, and you read the title, Sony needs to copy Microsoft's strategy for backwards compatibility. It is no longer an option, right? Recently, Microsoft introduced the first wave of OG Xbox backward compatible titles that's going to be playable on the Xbox One and the Xbox One X. But not only will these titles be playable, but on the One X, they're going to have improvements. Improvements in frame rates, improvement in resolution. It's just going to look all better, and it's going to be all free. It's free. You're not paying for this. If you already own these games, if you're one of those dudes, and there's a lot of dudes that keep your collection, all you got to do is just pop the disc in. If you bought any of these games digitally, all you got to do is just download them. And if you, unfortunately, got rid of your collection, or if you never had the pleasure of owning the OG Xbox, you can buy these titles for $10. Now listen, people, listen. I seen the damage control. People talking about, Microsoft's focusing on old games and they're not focusing on the new. This has nothing to do with that. All right? This has nothing to do with that. Doing this does not stop them from making new games. In my opinion, that's a totally separate argument, and I think it's other things that's screwing them over when it comes to, first party output. But this right here, Sony needs to copy this. This right here, what I'm showing you, PlayStation Now, this ain't working. All right, let's cut the arm off. Right, the hand's infected. We got gangrene. Let's chop it off. And save the body. This program right here is not working. This is useless. No one wants to stream games online. All right, Sony needs to copy this OG, the backwards compatibility strategy, and I'm gonna tell you why. Now listen to me, people. All right, this is real. All right, everybody knows I don't do, non-profit work for Microsoft. Everybody should know me by now about that. All right, but when I do give Microsoft its props, it's for a reason. This is bigger than PS4 versus Xbox One. This is what we're talking about here. Is the longevity of the brand name. All right, we're talking 20 years from now. We're not talking PS4, Pro, Xbox One. This is the brand in total, right? Let me tell you something. I've been an iPhone owner since early 2010 when I first got my iPhone 3GS, and I never looked back. I don't care what Samsung is doing. I don't care if they're ahead of features. I don't care. I don't even pay attention to articles on what the Galaxy is doing. I don't care. All right? In 10 years, if the brand is still around and I buy a new phone, it's going to be an iPhone. All right? Listen to me. In 2027, my next smartphone is an iPhone. I will always buy iPhone. I will always buy my wife an iPhone. And do you know why? Because I have so much money invested in the ecosystem from all the apps and products that I bought. And it carries over with every iteration of iPhone that I own. I have zero interest in owning another phone because I have too much money in the ecosystem. I'm not going to get rid of all the money of all the stuff I purchased and all the stuff my wife and I paid for my wife on her phone because of features. Nah, that ain't happening. The ecosystem's locked. And that's what Microsoft's done with this. They lock down certain people that won't even look at PlayStation anymore. Because for every game that they buy, whether it's multi-plat, exclusive, indie, whatever, is their investment that will never go away. Even if they never play those games ever again, it is still there. With every iteration of console, in 10, 20 years, when there's an Xbox 9 or whatever, they will still be able to play their Xbox One games. Whether they choose to or not. It's a choice. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. If you do, you could do it. That is something Sony needs to do. That is no longer an option. I'm going to tell you, at a minimum, the PlayStation 5 needs to have this. When they launch that console in 2021 or whatever, 2020, 2021, and they do their announcement, they do their unveiling and stuff like that, and they talk about features and graphics, they have to announce that the PS5 will play PS4, PS3, PS2, PS1 games. If you have a PS1 disc, you could put it in and play it. They have to figure out something. Even if it's just downloading the game, something. They got to do something to where the entire PlayStation library follows you. So they can lock down PlayStation fans in that ecosystem. If you don't go back to PlayStation 2 games, if you're that type of gamer that once you move on to a new generation, you don't look back, that's fine. This is going to be no skin off your back. It's not coming out of hide. This is for the people that do care about their investment. And PlayStation needs to lock down PlayStation fans who put money into that ecosystem. They need to lock them down. Again, if you don't care, this has nothing to do with you. This will not impact you in any way. Doing this is not all of a sudden going to make Sony not make new games. All right? It's not. Sony will continue to make new games. This is to lock down people who invested in the ecosystem. And that's what Microsoft done. They locked down people who put in big money into buying a lot of games. All right? And I'm sorry. Now that they've done this, as time goes on, as they buy more and more games, exclusives on PlayStation is gonna matter. Exclusive on any platform is not gonna hold the weight as the thousands and thousands of dollars you paid into the ecosystem. That's gonna matter more than exclusives. Just like I don't care about Samsung and their features and their innovation. I don't care because I put too much of my money in the iPhone ecosystem, in the iOS ecosystem, to care about anything else. My money and what I spend on is more important than another company's innovation. I don't care about your innovation. I put too much money in this investment. I want that investment to stay with me. I'm not throwing it away for wireless recharging or whatever. Nah, it's not that important for me. Now, it may be important for some people. Again, people want new games. PlayStation gamers don't care about Xbox backwards compatibility because you want no games. On PlayStation, you're getting the new games. You're going to get the new games regardless. But many of those people, when they spend those $60 on those new games, they just don't want it to throw away. You know, imagine right now. Listen, you guys are not going to get a new Gran Turismo 7 this gen. That's a PlayStation 5 game. Because, you know, we already know Gran Turismo Sport is going to get lots of DLC. It's going to bump up to like 500, 550 cars. You're going to get new tracks, and you're going to get effects, weather, rain. That game is going to, what you got now is going to be so much bigger 2-3 years from now. You're going to get so much more. The game's going to grow exponentially. So you're not getting a Gran Turismo 7. This is it. This is your only game. So now when the PlayStation 5 comes out in 2021, 20, whatever, you're not going to get a launch Gran Turismo 7. But wouldn't it be nice to carry over your Gran Turismo Sport over to your PlayStation 5? And not only carry it over, remember, the lead developer of Polyphony Digital said that this game could technically be ran in 8K as long as it's ran on the right hardware to do it. So imagine on the PlayStation 5, your Gran Turismo Sport is now running in native 4K. How about maybe native 6K, depending how strong they make the PlayStation 5? Think about that. Native 6K. Bells and whistles. And you didn't have to do anything other than buy a new generation console, which was you were going to do anyway. You were going to buy a new generation console anyway. You're going to get the PS5 anyway. But now you don't have to buy Gran Turismo Sport Remastered. It's already there. You already own it. All the DLC, all the content, all the cards you spend, the $200 worth of stuff you spent over the next 3 years is there with you. And you get a performance boost. Ladies and gentlemen, my family, Sony, anybody, even if you're low level, even if you're a mail clerk working in Sony listening to this, Sony no longer has the option. They have to implement this system as soon as possible. And if they can't do it on the 4 and the Pro for whatever reason, they better build the PS5 to do this. This is not optional. And not only do they need to do this, they need to one-up Microsoft. Because the one thing they haven't done is they haven't included achievements into this. Sony has been known to do achievements in PS2 games. So guess what? Put them achievements in, put them trophies, in there. One up them. Not only provide backwards compatibility all the way to PS1, put trophies in all those games. PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4, all playable on the PS5 with trophies. This is not optional. It has to be done. And with that, I'm going to sign out. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you agree or disagree, hit me up in the comment section. Let me know how you feel. Check my description of this video. The link to my Twitter is there. Follow me on Twitter. Also, my PayPal. If you choose to donate, I would appreciate it. But make no mistake, the fact that you're here listening, that you're participating, that you show up to my podcast every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and the fact that you interact with me on Twitter, that is more than enough. And that right there is awesome, and I truly appreciate that. I truly appreciate that you guys are down with me, and and you show up and chill with me and all that stuff, all right? But anyway, this is your boy Porter Rock 77. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment. Give me some critiques. Let me know what you think. Am I wrong? Am I crazy? Tell me what's up. Anyway, God bless all of you. Enjoy your gaming platforms, and I'm out. Peace.